But there's a big difference between the state supporting families and the state displacing families. And so if your position is, well, we're quite welcoming of state support, but we don't want to lose our authority as parents, then that's a very clear kind of position, because then you could partner with the state or services or NGOs because you've not given away your authority. But many of the agencies act like you gave away authority. So this is where you got to think, well, what am I asking for? What's my bottom line here in terms of this? Another example would be, it's a very disturbing statistic, but something in the order of the high 90% in Europe of families will not have a child if they discover the child has a disability in utero. And so they will abort the child on the basis of the child having a disability. And it's very, very high. It varies a little bit from country to country, but it's quite dominant in the Western society now. Even though we have more welcoming societies for people with disabilities than we've ever had in a very long time, as best we can tell, there's still a lot of people persuaded that having a child with a disability is simply not acceptable. We should just not have children with disabilities. And that's very problematic because it means that you don't get to be born if you have a disability. And if you don't get to be born, it's hard to have much of a life. It's generally the two are quite highly linked, being born and then getting good life. Now, there may be differences somewhere else, but that's my recollection. And so the question is, should we be conveying a value to the society that says, look, I'd rather have had more people with disabilities in my life than I would Wall Street bankers. When you look at the mischief that the Wall Street bankers did to dozens of economies around the world, give me a person with a disability anytime, because even at their best, they could never cause that kind of mischief. So what's better for society? And I still think we're in a society that says disabled people aren't good for the society, and yet families, may weigh in on that on either side. But it's a very important values question, because it's at the root of so much of what we do in the society as a whole.